When someone mentions diversity, what is the first thing you think of?
Diversity. I think that of all individuals, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, socioeconomic status, like all mixed group. Like
one thing for me, secondary diversity for me would be visual diversity of people when they appear different. So I would say that's diversity for humans.
Different cultures, different opinions, different experiences.
New York City, because New York City is a diverse city.
Just different ethnicities and different parts of the world.
It's all bullshit.
Like Casa, Ray Ross, like everyone just like coming together, hanging out. Like when I go to Ray Ross, there's the OC that comes over and we just like all party and mingle and just a group of people coming together.
Diversity can be classified into two standard ideas of what it is. Demographic diversity consists of where people are from and what cultures they value. Psychologically speaking, it factors into their knowledge, their skills, and their abilities derived from their own culture. So, depending on who I'm speaking to and what the context is, their answer lies into it.
Okay. I'm going to mention a couple of types of people if you can think of some.
Color.
Multicultural, a lot of ethnicities, different ideas and beliefs.
My friends.
The best definition of diversity that I've ever heard is a Nordic girl teaching a Sikh how to use a dreidel. Just the combination synthesis of multiple cultures.
When I think of diversity, I think of New York City because of the fact that there are so many cultures and there's so many people from all different parts of the world, and it's known as the melting pot, so you know.
Looking in a crowd and seeing different kinds of people.
I guess an array of ethnicities, like different cultural identities.
Different races, cultures, ethnicities, gender.
I think of a mix of different ethnicities and a lot of knowledge. That's what I think of, cultural knowledge at least.
Different cultures, different backgrounds, different color, different looks, diversity.
I think about a lot of different cultures and a lot of different peoples interacting with each other.
Well, being from the North Country, the first thing I think of is anyone who isn't white, because especially in my school system, everyone was white.
International?
The first thing that comes to mind is different types of people and cultures coming as well.
Diversity. A number of multicultural, ethnic groups of sexual orientation and gender and age and all that lovely stuff.
Diversity to me is like difference in the people that are on campus, different ethnicities and stuff that come from all over the world, not just from America, but from different continents coming together and forming a diverse group.
Different cultures coming into one place and having everybody affect the overall culture of the school.
Do you believe diversity should be taught in schools?
I think not necessarily in the classroom, because I think ultimately in sociology classes and anthropological classes, diversity is talked about a lot. But I think it would be better suited for the campus to talk about it outside of the classroom and really try to get some events to really bring this into the light, because often people still hold these stereotypes that they have in their minds because it's not outside the classroom and people don't feel safe talking about it outside of the classroom.
I think it should be addressed because I feel like people are uneducated. They are ignorant. They don't understand how diversity is important to our culture and to everyone on campus. So.
I think the diversity is currently addressed in school curriculums already. I definitely have experienced that in my classes. It should be only addressed, it should be completely integrated. And by that I mean that there isn't one way of teaching, there isn't one story and one idea, that there's different perspectives. And if we study, let's say, environmental justice issues, then we don't study only environmental justice issues in the United States of, let's say, chemical pollution being brought to black communities, but we also look at environmental justice issues in developing countries or the rest of the world. So that's how I see diversity being represented in this school, that there's global perspectives, not only United States perspectives represented in the curriculum. And I think that the university definitely strongly stands for that. The professors definitely teach that way, and I think we're making good steps forward to expanding our understanding of different issues.
I believe so. Not only because of the not only because it's socially important here in this community, but I think it will make our students stronger once they graduate to learn how to, you know, interact with people with different culture, different opinions, different experiences, different races.
I believe that it's not that teaching a quote diversity class is unnecessary and unrealistic. I believe that simply teaching a balanced curriculum that explores all possible avenues of approach is the best method, without having a quote diversity or women's studies or gender studies.
Something, I mean, diversity definitely expands people's horizons intellectually and culturally and, you know, socially.
It's really hard to do because of socioeconomic backgrounds, and it's not possible because a lot of the suburbs have white students who their parents are pretty well off, and they shouldn't have to come to school like, you know, an hour away in New York City into a diverse kind of environment to increase diversity. So I don't know how that works.
Of course, I mean, because it's so prevalent in everything we do nowadays, so it'd be like ignoring truth, you know?
I believe that if you want to have a diverse education, to have that rounded effect to make yourself complete, you should have different classes from different regions of the world. So yeah, I think it should be in the curriculum because it opens you up to the fact that the stereotype is there, and it makes you aware that you can overcome the stereotype.
I think the issue with diversity on the local level in terms of high school and middle school and elementary is that you have the issue of white flight. I'm from Connecticut, and coming from Connecticut, that's what I saw. Like I said, you know, when I went to elementary school, there were a whole bunch of white kids and Jewish kids and stuff like that. And as we matured, they all went into different schools, and they were all accepted into magnet schools and things like that. And it's like, I applied to magnet schools. I applied to, for example, the school like Loomis Chaffee, but because I was from a particular area, I couldn't play sports there. Or the magnet schools were in Hartford, which is a urban/black area, but they really were more focused on getting white students than black students. And it was like, why would you want a white student all the way from, I don't know, Glastonbury, when you could just accept a black student from Bloomfield, you know, which is only 10 miles away. So it's like, in terms of Connecticut, which has in their educational system, it is segregated.
Well, I think it's harder, especially at like the public school level, but once you get to college, it's very easy for schools, especially public schools like this one, to mandate that students take classes in diversity. If they had forced people to go abroad, I think that would be a great eye-opener for people. I'm sure that's never going to happen, but I would love to see it.
In a curriculum, I guess so. Like, I mean, in school I had assemblies or like days where we just like do workshops about diversity. So something like that I think would be good.